As-Salaamu Alaykum Wa Rahmatullahi, guys. Josh here, back with another video. Hope you're doing well, guys. In today's video, I want to talk to you about something that I believe is very rampant within the Muslim community, and that is giving a Naseeha. Now, Alhamdulillah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with giving Naseeha to your brothers and sisters. In fact, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of course, has commanded us to do so. However, there are some fine nuances when it comes to giving Naseeha, and that if you don't understand what these nuances are, well, unfortunately, your Naseeha is going to have no barakah. It's going to have no blessing, and it's not going to be impactful like the way you want it to be. So if that sounds interesting, let's jump in. Now guys, the very first reminder I want to give to myself and then you guys, and this is going to be the foundational, fundamental principle, you know what I mean, that actually lays down the groundwork and the framework for giving our Naseeha. And that is that there are three types of people when it comes to Islamic knowledge, right? In regards to Islamic knowledge, there are three types of people. We have al-mujtahid, al-muttabi, and al-muqallid, right? So we have the top of the food chain, right? Al-mujtahid, that's the person whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is blessed to actually be able to look into the Quran, look into the Sunnah, and actually deduce rulings of halal, haram, mubah, makruh, mustahab, etc., right? They are the ones who can actually deduce those rulings. Then you have al-muttabi, right? They're someone who, they're not, the top of the food chain, and they're not the bottom. They're somewhere in the middle, right? They're someone who has studied for some years, and they're able to look at the different opinions of the ulama, and they're able to select one of their opinions that they believe is most correct. Then you have al-muqallid, right? And that's basically you and me, right? That's probably the overwhelming majority of my subscribers, of my audience, are al-muqallid, right? There's someone who they don't know how to deduce the rulings of halal and haram. They're simply taking the opinion of the scholar that they find most trustworthy. And if you're a muqallid, man, alhamdulillah, that's fine, inshallah. But the problem becomes when one muqallid, one blind follower, basically, right? Someone who does not study or just watches a YouTube video, or I'm saying they're just a normal everyday Muslim. They're not a talab al-ilm, student of knowledge, or a scholar, or anything like that. And they haven't studied formally, and they just take the opinion of their madhahib, right, of their madhab, or a certain sheikh. That's fine if that's what you want to do. But the issue becomes when one muqallid tries forcing their opinion upon the other muqallid, right? And saying, ya akhi, ya ukhti, this is haram, la yajuz, not permissible. And unfortunately, a lot of times, the issue that you're saying is haram is actually either option one, an issue of ikhtilaf amongst the ulama, so there's differences of opinion, or secondly, perhaps the ruling is correct according to your view, but there's a certain type of application based upon the scenario, the situation, the person, the place, etc. And now what does Allah say in Al-Nahl, right? In Surah Al-Nahl, what does Allah say? He says, call to the way of your Lord bil what? Bil hikmati wal maw'izatil hasana, right? With hikmah. And what is hikmah, guys? Hikmah is knowing what to do with what you know. And unfortunately, guys, because of this shallow lack of knowledge that we have, it has led to a ton of fitnah between Muslim brothers and sisters, amongst reverts and Muslims in general. And it's a lot of times it has something to do with the fiqh issue, something where there's khilaf amongst the ulama. There's not a straightforward, clear-cut, this is haram, or this is halal, or this is mubah, or this is makruh, or whatever, the opinion that you hold. But unfortunately, we treat it as though it is. Your scholar, your sheikh, your madhab, your opinion may be that this thing is haram, or this thing is, makruh, or whatever, right? However, if you looked into the issue more deeply and more thoroughly, you would find that there are a lot of issues where there is not ijma, there's not overwhelming consensus and agreement amongst the scholars, and that this person has a right to their opinion, Islamically. The whole point of this, guys, is before you give Naseeha, right, before you advise your Muslim brothers and sisters in Islam, make sure that you actually know what you're talking about. In general, yeah, if you see someone drinking khumr, right? You see someone drinking alcohol, that's haram, no doubt. But there's other things where I pray in my shoes, someone may come to me and say, akhi, you know, Baraak Allaahu Feek, Jazakallahu khairan, you can't pray in your shoes, it's haram. At the end of the day, we have hadith, we have authentic text from the sunnah that can be authentically traced back to the Prophet, that it is permissible and not only is recommended to pray in your shoes from time to time, to mix it up. Pray in your shoes sometimes, pray without your shoes other times, right? So before you go give Naseeha to someone, is it just your sheikh saying this? Is it just a video that you watched? Or do you have actually thoroughly researched the issue before you go and try to give Naseeha to someone who then is gonna, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna have their own opinion. They're gonna disagree with you. They're gonna present the proof and their evidences. And then it's upon you as a muqallid, right, as a blind follower of your own sheikh, to say, Baraak Allaahu Feek, Jazakallahu khairan, la bas, no problem. Guys, we're about to go make some gains. I don't want to make this some long drawn out video, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to keep it brief. It's a brief, simple reminder to you guys and to myself that before we get into Naseeha, man, please, for the sake of Allah, actually understand what it is that you're saying, man. If you got value from today's video, be sure to drop your boy a like down below, because it does help the channel. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and hit that notifications bell, because I drop 2 new videos every single week, every Monday and every Thursday, and inshallah guys, you don't want to miss it. If you want to support the channel, if you get value from the channel and you want to help support it, hit that first link down in the description below. It's going to get you $20 off your first order of any Transparent Life supplements. It's something I use on a daily basis. I stand by them. I think they're a phenomenal company, great product, and it makes the gains, man. Makes the gains, and that's what's important. And with that being said, guys, Jazakallahu khairan, Baraak Allaahu Feekum. As always, stop worrying about yesterday and stop fearing tomorrow. Make today great, and I will see you guys in the next one. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.